Hi, I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Blake.
Welcome to CB Overland. It was a gloomy day at camp. We decided to pack up and we hit the road. We spent the last 5 weeks in the southeast, along the Colorado River, the Mojave Road, and took a trail to the Swansea Mine. We decided to head back into Vegas to do some modifications on the trailer, check on our storage unit, and just relax for a few days at our Airbnb. Nobody's sniffing, buddy. Huh? He's sniffing. We spent the past few days making modifications on our home base. Living out of the Hound full-time, we knew we needed some upgrades to self-sustain for longer periods of time off-grid. Adding storage, water, and an extra propane tank extends our time finding freedom. How crazy. We come back to Vegas just to run a few errands, and now it's raining. It's kind of like a sigh of relief that we finally have some rain to wash everything away and start over fresh on this journey that we're about to embark on. There are a few entrances to get into the Trona Pinnacles. We decided to take the road less traveled.
Touch my phone, my gloves on. Can't stand this. No hands. It's one of those new self-driving Teslas. jinx myself, and we might have just blew up the rear axle.
Where are you, fox? One right there, but there's a fox lurking around us as we're trying to figure out what's going on with the Jeep.
Here is it not in the back?
Well, could it be the front lockers? Because if you unlocked it,
It might not be in the back. Well, we got two-wheel drive. Let's try this again.
oh, I just hit service again. That's good. Moving 5 feet. You can get some service. Send out an SOS.
Right now is going to be one of those instances we're really glad we have locking hubs. Something's going on in the front end. So we're just going to disconnect it and keep the rest of this in two-wheel drive. Just not looking forward to it.
We're so close. So cold. This thing's shaking. All right, let's go.
Morning.
After setting up camp in the dark last night, we woke up to the most amazing views of the Trona Pinnacles. The landscape consists of more than 500 tufa spires, porous rock formed as the deposits when springs interact with other bodies of water, some reaching as high as 140 feet tall. The tufa pinnacles are strange shapes that were formed underwater 10,000 to 100,000 years ago. They did not form all at the same time, and they all range in different shapes and sizes, some being tall, some being short. They are slowly deteriorating. As the wind hits the side of the pinnacles, they slowly crumble down to the bottom of the dry lake bed. All right, guys, let me give you a little bit of an update about mine and Blake's life for the past few months. We've been living out of this Overland trailer that we built in Wisconsin 6 months ago. When Blake brought up the idea of building this Overland trailer for us to live out of, we didn't really anticipate where the country would be at right now. And this became our home. We have been enjoying every single aspect of this, with a few bumps along the way. Every time we get a few steps ahead, something always happens to take a few steps back. About a month before we were set to leave our house and pack everything up, our axle broke. So that set us back in a huge budget. Hoping, ready to go. I don't know what that English was, but man, we were ready to go, hit the road.
So, we were pulling into Trona Pinnacles, taking kind of a back way in. It was really nice coming down the elevation. Nice little trail. It's getting dark, per usual, trying to find camp. And it was like we hit a horse. It stopped dead in his tracks. Yeah, I thought I grenaded the rear end and just destroyed it. We couldn't go anywhere. Then I realized something was bound up. I don't know if it was something in the transfer case or up here. So this morning I pulled the drive shaft. It's not the transfer case. I already checked that. 2, 4. However, I have tried to spin this and I have free locking hubs. So we are able to roll, but something in the front diff is seized up. Fun fact, this is the only portion of the Jeep I didn't build myself. That sucks. So we're gonna go find a shop to get our 4-wheel drive back. And it's 3 days before Christmas. So yeah, at least we still have 2-wheel drive. That's good news. But I'm bucking this back up. We'll have to tear into the front of the diff and find out what blew up. What you doing, Blue? You gonna hang out?
You did not sound happy about that. What?
Diff is bone dry.
And how do you know that?
I just pulled the plug here. I got my pinky all the way in. I can touch carrier. Bone dry. I guess that's my fault for not checking. But
When we got the axle all redone about a month ago, we were told it was all good to go.
yeah, I had a shop build this axle. I wasn't comfortable welding the truss to the 2 different materials here. Kind of a cast, so I wasn't comfortable doing it, and I can't do gearing. So I had a shop build this axle housing and set our locker and gears in. Yeah. So ultimately my fault. But
That means we've been running over a month on
nothing. So that gear set is kaput. Alright, so I thought I'd explain this a little more. This whole front axle setup was super important in the fact that we're even here right now. So these locking hubs let us unlock the spinning portion of the drive line and allow us to just roll on the spindles on the outside, which right now was crucial because our drive line locked up a few miles that way. That we've been able to set up camp here by unlocking those and keeping going. Right now, our front differential is bone dry and seized up. So we would be a sitting duck right now if it wasn't for having these Warren locking hubs. I know it's expensive. These are the moments it's worth it. So planning this out when we wanted to do this adventure initially, we wanted to save and have this big budget, be able to travel. So we still did have a budget,
you know, set aside to be able to do this. And it's been a kick these last 6 months. Rebuilding this axle in the first place was a huge kick into our budget. That's a couple grand. It's just been one thing after the next, eating away at this, and I realize that this is going on, you know, kind of in everybody's lives. World's shaking right now. I just wanted to be real with you and show you what's really going on in ours. So yeah, I mean, everybody ends up running into problems, and right now we've got a seized axle, and to sort this out and still be able to make ends meet for the next few months at least. So talking about the budget, we doing this was a lot cheaper option as opposed to finding a new place to live. We had to be out of our house this fall anyways, because of everything that happened, but we definitely couldn't afford to put first and last down and security deposit with the dogs and drain us on a new place with no foreseeable future of income in Vegas. Not really. It's only at 25% right now. So take whatever you make an hour and cut it. 25% of that. It just doesn't work. So that's kind of where we lead into the, you know, finding freedom. We find these really cool slices of freedom out here. It's amazing. It's cool that people can come out and adventure and do as you please. You know, but now we need to find a way to build our new life now, because our old careers are gone. And now we don't know where to do that. Where is going to be the next place that's sustainable for us to hang out and make ends meet off more than 25%. So we've taken some kicks, you know, already while we're down. This is a really cool adventure, but we're homeless too. Somewhat by choice and somewhat not. Yeah. It's a cool adventure, but it's a very real consequence to a lot of people right now. We're fortunate in our ability to travel this way, to build this out. We couldn't afford to pay somebody to do this. The only way we could do this is because I built it. You know, that Chelsea and I, you know, we're sitting there with grinders side by side, cutting steel. That's, yeah. However, there is a significant amount of people right now that are going to be facing a similar issue with far less resources. And that's a real concern. So, if anybody's got suggestions, we're looking for some freedom. And have skills, we'll travel. What's going on? Out of Trona Pinnacles, here in Johannesburg, California. Make some beef stew for dinner. Baby red potatoes, just finished breaking down a bunch of veg to make some vegetable stock. Using all of our butts of the carrots, peels of the onions. No waste. Ordered up some veg, mirepoix, mushrooms. I'm gonna brown some stew meat.
Beef, it's what's for dinner. Classic. Thanks.
Use the flour on the outside of the meat and it'll help thicken up the the gravy as we cook everything else, instead of adding a slurry or a roux. Cornstarch or rice flour. I use a lot of Asian food to do the same thing. Now that flour is in the fat, basically the roux, starts thicking up.
Oh, morning, guys. Oh, hi, Chuck.
I'm so excited.
Hey, Blue.
Hi, I'm Chelsea from CB Overland. My husband's pissed off. We have a dry diff, but we're hanging out in the Trona Pinnacles. I don't know how to say it, but it's fucking magical, okay?
Yeah.
Prior to this great Overland adventure that Blake and I are on, we were bartenders in Vegas for the past 5 years. Like many of our fellow industry people, our hearts go out to you. In March, when everything came to a jolting halt, we went back to Wisconsin, and we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know if our jobs were going to come back, where we were going to live, what our future looked like. With my husband's great mind, he designed the Hound, our home. Who can say that they got to build their first home with their husband? Blake and I always wanted to overland. It was 5 years down the road as a dream of ours to travel, to find places like this. I mean, how magical is this? Literally walking around here, it's like if you pick up wet sand and just let it drop. They say that the ocean was here hundreds of thousands of years ago, and these came up through the earth. Let's take a step through our front door and show you what's really going on out there. Let's go.
Come on. Lead me the way. What's going on?
Come on, girl.
Come on, Blue.
On wheelbase.
What's going on? Oh, these people, huh?
What do you think, Chuck?
He's like,
Pretty
that
cool.
was such a climb. Hi, boy. I couldn't imagine what it was like underwater, just bubbling up many years ago.
It's so weird. That's food storage right there.
Because it's this one's so good. I'm so excited.
Idling our way out of Trona Pinnacles. That was a really cool place to camp. It's cool.
I could stay there like for weeks and explored.
Ran into some cool people, got chatting about the world for about an hour. But we're on the road. A little chilly, but it's an overcast day, so it's really nice, calm today. So we're gonna hit the pavement and pound it back to Vegas and start getting this axle sorted out. In the meantime,